Here we go.
She clutches the paper, fire with thick bold letters and thought over the header. An eviction notice with a date, telling her by that time she is to be relinquished from the decades-old projects where she's laid her head, tucked her baby girl in. This woman could have never foreseen the days were getting paid as the outcome of soliciting old men, young boys. Because in her other hand, she clutches the small fragile fingers of her seed, the obscurity bleeding from her eyes as she looks up to her mother, standing only as tall as the belly that cradles her new sister and brother. Just down the street, the melodic echoes of jump ropes and sneakers striking the hopscotch board is all that can be heard. The dope boys, crowding the corner, giving each other daps and see-through plastic bags containing their dark green shredded maps of meadows they will soon fill. 6 feet under, unmarked graves, they pave their own ways with tissy caps and L's raising from the rellows they puff from. Sprung to the block day in and day out, their throwback jersey stained with cigarette burns and gin from 3 nights before. That could potentially be this mother's womb, which could potentially hold a bastard of a boy who, like them, won't be able to distinguish the letter B from the letter D, count past 3, instead dribble balls atop police outlines marking their many shot-down friends. To him, she would say sorry with this eviction notice in hand, making her feel more enfeebled, quite inferior than any night she allowed the many different men to thrust their unlawful lust deep into her spine and bust. This woman could have never foreseen such an unlikely outcome. One child, one on the way, standing in front of the tattered projects, in front of all she had left. One sofa, one TV box, a mattress. As youth-filled children, letting the sun and the breeze weave through their synthetic manes, surpassed with laughs and joy, mud stamping their knees, hair lacking growth in their groin. This was a mother, a woman, all of 24, already scorned, and the birds chirping, singing the most beautiful melody she ever heard. Mom, the 3-letter word set the same forwards and backwards, flip-toss reverts itself in her head over and over again, stood for something much more bigger, much more powerful than all the sins she'd ever committed, given birth to, aborted. The voice of her child reminiscent in her own utterance, some 5,457 days before. 9 years old, King Elementary School, grade 4. She didn't want him touching her. Didn't mean to develop the soft outlines of lumps that would one day nourish her offspring. Didn't want him intersecting her travels of sleep where she dreamed, only to wake up to find his dark sweat-filled self somewhere in between, repeatedly calling her name, Christine, Christine. All she wanted was a sorry, not ready to be a mother, not finished with her adolescence, not strong, not smart, not even able to dream. That monster that abused her, she could feel in the touch of her daughter's hand the recognizable trace of his DNA that stained her sheets as the rain pounded her window pane. And the distinct features of her child's face was a mirror of his, now 5 years since his passing away. To her baby girl, Christine would say sorry with this eviction notice in hand, for all she'd never know or even come to understand. A father she'd never know. Out of love, Christine would learn to let go. The woman, plump with brown freckles speckled over her creamy tan skin, gently closed the door to her convertible, making her way to mother and daughter standing on the corner hand in hand. Mom. But Christine, numb, could not bear the words, all the words she, her own mother, was meant to say, longed for that protection from rejection because of the bottle she only came second place. Could not seem to erase the scars twisting around her backside, coiling around her waist. Could not bring sound to her unheard sobs, bitter whiskey on the taste of her breath, muffling her cries of helplessness, voiding her of all physical pain. Feet drowning in shoes 10 times outside, mom was a title she'd no longer remain. She let go of her child's hand. The social worker smiled, the reassuring smile, outstretching her palm, clipboard held firmly in the other. She'd be gone, one less sin to face, becoming a blessing for another. She'd be with a home, and the only noise to be made out was the chirping of the robins. Never had they sang a melody so sweet.